from the studios of the Bakersfield, California, it's time to open up with real people, real talk about real stuff. And now, a special welcome to our friends throughout California, across the nation, and around the world to this week's edition of Open Up.
And I'm Don Clark, your favorite pair on the air. So glad you're with us today, and we're glad to be spending part of our day with you. So here we go.
Don, we have lots to drink.
Look at this. My gosh, we've just got...
The other mic? Chris, talk to us, please. Okay.
Our producer's talking to us, so we need to...
Yes. Well, anyway, we have such delicious...
Chris is... we have a technical problem. We're going to fix it right now. Chris, is it Tina's mic or mine?
Uh-oh.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
Okay, so let's see.
All right,
Are we on?
No.
Yeah, so
welcome to Open Up.
Welcome to Open Up. I'm Tina Miller.
And I'm Don Clark. And
We
again,
are your favorite pair on the air. So thank you for watching all over the world, in India, and China, and Israel, so many places, and right here in Bakersfield, and we have a live audience too.
You bet we do. We've got a great show for you. I'll tell you what,
Yes.
Tina, you know, a number of years ago, we moved in to a complex, and next to us were three neighbors. They were Italian women, and one of them just kept having various parts of her body chopped away. And it was a horrible thing to just see this, first her ankles and then up to her knee and at her legs being amputated.
My God.
And there are so many of these things happening with the outbreak of diabetes, and we're going to deal with that today.
Yes, Don, absolutely. And then later in the show, we're talking about a fashion show. We're going to Paris with a fashion show.
You bet. All right.
So before we get started, I'd like to thank our dear friends over at Nature's Fruit Market and Juice Bar. Wendy and Chuck Noss, thank you so much. You care for us, you care for our health, and thank you for providing such wonderful drinks for us this morning.
The Green Machine this morning.
Yes, Green Machine and tropical fruit. So I'm sure we and our guests will enjoy. And now, Don, we are welcoming to Open Up for the first time. This is, now you might have to help me pronounce your name. The first name is your Dr. Vinod.
Yes.
Kumar.
Yes.
Dr. Vinod Kumar.
Kumar.
And you are, is it president and CEO of the Vascular and Leg Center?
That's right.
Right here in Bakersfield. You have with you your assistant, Carrie Adams.
Carrie, come right up. Get
Welcome.
right up to that microphone. They tell us we need to be right on it.
Well, Don, I was looking on Facebook the other day, and I received a flyer about an event that's taking place tonight at the Four Seasons Sheraton Hotel, and I decided to look into it further, and I called Carrie and invited them to be on the show, and here they are.
I'm glad you did. This is such an important subject.
Yes. Dr. Kumar, talk with us about the Vascular and Leg Center.
And
what
before
you do there.
where are you from? What are your origins?
I'm from India originally, then moved to United States about 25 years ago. I did my training at Baylor in Houston. Then I did my fellowship at UCLA in Los Angeles.
Excellent.
And then I moved to Bakersfield 23 years ago. I've been in practice here since then. It's my home.
I had an Indian roommate in graduate school, and I love the way you guys talk. It's almost musical the way you talk. I mean, it has such a special rhythm to it. And so anyway, I love this.
Hello?
So what this Vascular and Leg Center, we embarked upon this a mission to prevent amputations in Kern County.
Okay.
What's been happening, as Don was saying earlier, that old lady, you know, where you have the toes amputated first, and then the ankle, and then the leg, and then the above the knee, and you lose part by part, you know.
Yes.
And why that happens is, you know, once there is wound, then you need more blood to heal the wound, to heal the injury, the ulcer, the gangrene. And what happens in patients with diabetes, especially, the small blood vessels in the legs and foot, they get blocked. So there's lack of the blood supply and oxygen to start with. And that's why their ulcers and wounds don't heal.
Okay.
And they're very slow to heal. And once they don't heal, they continue to get worse. They catch infection. Eventually, you have to get rid of them. And so that gangrenous part, once you cut, now you have made a bigger wound.
Oh, yes, I see.
And that doesn't heal because there is no blood. And then you say, all right, my God, it's not healing. And you go higher. And you go and cut the ankle. And you say, well, now this is a bigger wound. You see? And this need more blood to heal. And so you say, oh, it's not healing, and you go higher and higher. And the way to prevent all this is, the very first thing and the most important is get enough blood to that ulcer or the wound to start with before we start chopping it off.
And how do you do that?
And that's the new era. That's what I'm here to talk about. That's what our expertise in is restore the circulation before we touch the knife.
Okay.
So you
And
say this is a breakthrough.
this is a breakthrough, you know. Until a few years ago, if you have, and that's still happening actually in actually throughout the United States.
Yes.
It's still happening.
Yes.
As we are talking today, somebody's getting amputations every day. But this breakthrough I want to talk about, I want to bring this awareness,
Yes,
is
please.
something so powerful and so wonderful.
Okay.
And I get excited talking about it.
Okay, yes.
However, what happens is these small blood vessels are like 2 to 3 millimeter vessels, especially below the knee. The arteries are very small. But you see, in the heart, we have the similar arteries, 2 to 3 millimeter size arteries, very tiny arteries.
Okay.
And if there's a heart attack, we open those arteries, put stents, and restore the blood circulation, and we prevent the heart attacks.
Okay.
Okay? We minimize the damage from the heart attacks by doing those procedures. And we've been doing that for the last almost 20 years now, over 20 years now. Now,
come
the
right
sa-
up to the mic, Dr.
The same
Kumar.
technology now we have is in the legs.
Okay.
Okay,
Huh.
we can use this similar technology. We've been using that for the last several years now, and it's been wonderful that now we can restore the circulation into small arteries that supply the blood to the foot. Okay?
Were you a pioneer in this technology?
Well, I am not one of the person who started this, but I am becoming one of the first ones to have all this done under one roof. Okay. See, what happens is when there is a wound or ulcers in the legs or foot, then there could be 3 reasons for that. Circulation could be bad at 3 different levels. One is the arteries.
All right.
Another is the superficial veins, and third is the deep veins. Okay, I see patients all the time now. I saw a young lady from Monterey just about 6-8 weeks ago, and the reason she came to us was she was told she's going to need amputation. She's only 51 and has this ulcer and a wound in her leg for the last 26 years, suffering,
Oh,
and she has
my.
gone all over California, all over United States. Okay, that's what she told us, that she went to Stanford recently also, but they found that there is nothing wrong with her. They can't find the reason, and that amputation was suggested. One of the local doctor here happens to be knowing her and says, "Hey, come to Bakersfield. You know, they prevent amputation here."
Yes.
And say, Bakersfield, coming from Bay Area, you know, and so that was something, you know.
We get that all the time.
Right? But she came here, and I saw her, and next day we did a procedure where we opened her bad veins, deep in the above the thigh.
Uh-huh.
And she started to walk the same day. She walked out of the office. She said, "My God, I couldn't walk 10 feet. And now it's amazing. It's wonderful." She went to a pizza store. She got pizza for the whole office. And she's doing wonderful.
The
Okay?
same day.
The same day.
Same day. And the next day I saw her, I saw all of patients. She stayed in the hotel here for a few days.
Yes.
And they're crying. They said, "My search is over now. I've been searching all over.
Oh.
Where do I go for help? What do I do? I mean, I don't want amputation."
Right.
She's such a young lady, you know.
Yes.
And so what I want to give a message,
Yes.
that amputations are preventable.
Wow.
If you are told that you need amputation, then please don't succumb to that. Seek for more help. Something can be done.
Yes.
In our hands, we've seen that now we are seeing patients. I saw a lady from Fresno, actually. She was told that you're going to need an amputation. And we fixed her arteries, and she doesn't need one.
My goodness.
This just happened about a month ago. And so I want to bring this awareness. Now, actually, Dan the other day asked me, I was being interviewed, says, Stanford, this, that, places. And now we're talking about Bakersfield, doctor. What is that you do, It doesn't make sense.
Well, we want to hear more about exactly what you do. We're going to take a quick break right
Sure.
now, and when we come back, we want to hear that. And Carrie, we want to hear what you're seeing there as his assistant. So we'll be right back with ending amputations.